Okay, it is 6:30, and we can call the regular meeting of the Parks and Recreation Board for December 10th to order. And Lori, would you do a roll call for us?
Yes, Varnish Singh, place 2. DeVille Coleman, place 3. No, uh, Kim Courtney, place 1 here. And Corey Hines, place 4.
Here.
Got your mic on.
Looks like we only have one thing to discuss on our work session reports, and that's discussion and developing an annual park survey. This is something that is up for discussion. It's not something that we have to do. It's just something we need to talk about and who might like to put that together. The idea came from how much good came out of when we walked through the park earlier this year and made a list of things that we would like to see done. I think that might be a good place to keep up with what's being done and how much progress we're making in our parks and give us an idea, make us go to the parks and look for ideas. So that is kind of the idea that's out there, and what kind of discussion would y'all like to have about that? Any discussion?
We need to, I guess, decide upon a date.
Well, first
we
we need
have
to
the
decide
date?
what it's going to look like, what we're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
who's going to put that information together, and who's going to put it together for presentation.
Okay.
So,
Well, I guess first off, when you walking through the parks, what are we looking to change or looking to make improvements on?
so Christian, do you want to talk to how the Public Works Department used what we determined, the list that we gave you, how you guys use that to plan or do, or how we used it to make our agenda items?
I guess what I could suggest is that you all come up with a checklist. You make a survey of the park and see stuff that you think that needs amending, or you want to see a change, or a change in equipment, a change in outlook, and you could use that and present it to us. We could take it to council and have their input. But from the previous survey that we did, and we presented to council, and they decide which is the priority, what they need to have done first. Like, for instance, the splash pad was one, and then we had the new playground. But, for the Parks Board, I would suggest that you all come up with a checklist and prioritize what you all want to see and what would be most beneficial for the community.
Okay.
I just think that would be something that would give us some action items, maybe some accountability, make us be a little bit more proactive in our positions.
Okay.
So I think it would be a lovely thing. I don't necessarily want to be the person that ramrods that.
When we did the survey last year, was it like just in the car, or was it like we did a walk around?
Well, I'm going to let DeVille talk to that because I actually wasn't even part of the Parks Board when we did that survey.
So yes, we all agreed to meet, and I think we started off with Sonora. I believe we did, but it was a walk around the park, and we walked around. We looked at equipment. We looked at fencing. We looked at lighting. Just what could we do? Yes, in Sonora, we made improvements. We actually purchased playground equipment in that park. And there was fencing done, if I'm not mistaken, there was fencing in Rogers Farm that we needed to.
We needed to look into, and that's
Yeah.
still in the works.
And also signage. Did we ever get the signage for
So
Rogers?
we had security was one of the items that was brought up at the last session. That is in the work. We already installed a gate already. Lighting is in the works. That's happening. It's going to be happening very shortly. And it's going to be happening, and the signage as well. So those are all have been approved. So it's in the works and it should be installed shortly. Also in a couple of months from now, it should be installed totally. And those are the stuff like from the survey that you all pointed out that you want to see for the citizenry as well, for safety and security for the patrons. And those are good ideas because I know we could see stuff and it would be nice if we had a fence. It'd be nice if we had lights. But that's just saying, but
But it would just help us prioritize,
correct.
just helps us put our eyes on what needs to be done and prioritize what we want to push for.
You know, because us being as employees, we're gonna say, yeah, I think we should have that, but I don't think as an employee, we have so much a say as somebody from the outside, as especially from a board. I think the council would have more say on hearing from a board and say, well, I think we should have lights.
Well, and I think we as board members look at things differently than you do.
Correct. You know, on how we look at stuff is just from a maintenance perspective.
Right.
It's broke, we fix it.
Perfect. So I guess we just need to, this is not a consent. We're not going to vote on this tonight. It's just something we need to. So maybe if each of you guys would come with some more ideas next month, maybe even could get them written down so we could maybe consolidate all those and see what kind of ideas we come up with to make ourselves more accountable as a board.
Right, right. And I think Christian brought up a good point about safety and security being one of the items that we need to address. I think for me, I mean, that's the number one to me, safety and security. And then I think if we can get together and kind of like consolidate the items, you know,
Absolutely.
safety and possibly what's utilization. And I would like to see, you know, make sure that we have something where we have something for all ages, to be inclusive of all ages, not just children or the teenagers, but
Perfect.
something.
I think those are all good ideas. I think we just need to come up with a really long list and then pare down from there, see how much we can do. Okay? Any other discussion on that?
Well, yeah.
Christian, do you have anything to add for that?
Well, I think to add to that, some of the items that I think what you might try to be alluding to, it's all going to happen when we do that ballpark for the older category of citizens, not just the kids, because there is plan that we're going to have a pickleball, softball, basketball, baseball. Now that we have the YMCA in town, you know, we are working together with them, so they're putting plans together that when we do start work on the ballpark, we're gonna have amenities for everyone.
Right, right.
So it's in the work, and just take time, just give us time,
Yeah.
we'll get it eventually.
All right. Anything else? Do you have any other updates for us, Christian? We're just going to move on to reports and announcements, updates from staff.
Let's see, for updates for Pat. Oh, update that we had, we just had, the Town Center Plaza playground was resurfaced, so I don't know if you all been around, but it's resurfaced, it smells good, it feels good.
Good.
So we are pretty pleased about what we had in a very short time. Appreciate the council and the city manager for providing the funding for that.
Perfect.
So we are working,
Always working.
yeah. Just show me the money, we'll get it done.
All right. Do you guys have any other updates?
I don't.
I guess we can move on to the consent agenda.
Consent agenda, okay. We have the I'm going to motion that we accept the approve the notes from June and October of 2024, the regular meeting minutes.
I can second that. Can we vote? All in favor? You guys need to vote? Okay.
Aye.
I think that's it. Anybody else have anything else? And I think I can take a motion to adjourn.
Okay. But is this for us?
We need a motion to adjourn.
Oh.
Perfect. All right, we're done. Thank you. It is 6:39.
No. Oh, this was just here.
City council.
Oh.
It was a leftover pack.